Okay, so this week's video is going to be slightly different. I'm not going to go through a knot, tell you how it works, what it does. I'm going to show you a use for one of the knots. So I've got a Turkshead knot that I want to create. I'm going to use it around my coffee cup at work. It's quite thin, and when it's freshly made, there's a lot of heat that comes through this, and it's not that easy to hold comfortably anyway. So I've made one of these before, which is just a tube of cardboard, and I have marked up the overs and unders on the outside of the cardboard. I also made grooves in the top just to keep the top, stop the knot from rolling down. So I use this to create the first pass, and then usually I will take it off, put it around the object, and go the second pass of that cord. What I also have here is one of these. So this one is quite a few years old. I can't remember who gave it to me. I have looked online to see if I can link it to what it is. Unfortunately, I can't find it anywhere online. So this one was originally created by Frank Harris. It is just a form you can cut out. Although I can't find it online, hopefully you can see from the idea what it creates. You could draw one of these over-under patterns. You cut it out and then wrap it around the item that you want to do the Turkshead on, and you'll just be able to follow the pattern. So that's the idea. Like I say, I've done something similar to that around this cardboard tube. I've done this before with another coffee cup I used to have. I've picked 3 colours. Hopefully they'll go together. I definitely wanted to use these 2. Maybe this will be my 3rd colour. See how it goes. Okay, so what I'm going to use is this macrame cord, which is 3 mils. And the reason why I'm using the cotton cord is that although it'll soak in the coffee if something gets spilt down, it hopefully, as it's proven before, I can hand wash it and wash most of the coffee out. Last one I made was in white cord, and it's got quite brown by the end of it, so that's why I'm going for something a bit darker this time. So yeah, let's start off with one of these. For this video I'm going to use a fid for this, and let's go. Okay, so the first cord is I'm going to use the reddish colour. There is just over 4 meters of this, so to get the length of this I literally follow the lines, went all the way around, just not worrying about going over and under, just kept on going around until I worked out it was about 4 meters, and I added about 20 centimeters or so just to be on the safe side. So okay, so I've got here this rusty autumnal reddish colour. I've taped in the standing end, and I've got a lot of cord here, but that's just what we've got to do. So I'm going to follow these lines that I've penciled in and just hook it round, keep going. When I get to the next one, I'm going to make sure I go under on the top, like that. And also one thing I need to watch is to make sure this is kept quite loose. That's why these hooks at the top are quite loose. So I'm going to go under there. And at the bottom I'm going to go over. So it's nice and simple, that they'll always be the same. Unders at the top and overs at the bottom. And as I've drawn on these, I made it nice and clear that these are boxes, this direction will be over, and if you go in that way without the block, it'll be under. So that's an over and this one's an under. So that's the plan. What I'll do is I will tie one colour with this. When it gets difficult, when I have to weave over and under lots, I will use the fid just to make a path and then feed that through. Once I've done one pass of this colour, I'll probably take it off, put it around the coffee mug, and tighten up a little bit, but leave it quite loose, doing my other two colours. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is pause the video here, go sit down, watch the program while I tie this, and I'll be back to show you the rest. Okay, so there's the first pass. Like I say, it's just a simple over and under pattern. I'm not going to do anything fancy with this. But yeah, there's the working end, and there's the taped standing end. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to leave it on there just because it's quite easy at the moment. I've kept them quite loose, so I should better weave the other pattern through. I think I'll put all three on there, see how we go. So yeah, next step. Okay, so now I've done the pass with the mustardy sort of colour. I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use the light green. I'm going to probably go for the darker green. I think it will go well better with it. So before I go any further, I want to see how much space I've got left to weave with. So I'm going to take it off of this, put it round the coffee cup, and judge whether I can fit a third colour on here safely without it looking naff. So let's do that now. Okay, so that's the Turk's head taken off the form. I think I could safely put the third colour in and still be able to put it tighter to cover the cup. But what I've got to be careful of is that obviously the cup is tapered. So this end will always be a little bit looser than this, so I've got to make sure I don't do it too tight. That's why I'm going to tie it up around the coffee cup. That'll help me make sure it doesn't get too loose and too tight at the top. The other thing is that once I add the third colour, these gaps will be a little bit smaller. Then I'll tighten them up. Yeah. Also, I've got to make sure that I will still be able to slide the coffee cup up and off the knot, because the coffee cup will still need to be washed. This will potentially need a hand wash every now and again. So yeah, this is what I'll do next. So another thing I'd like to point out, if you're ever doing this, if you use the end and feed that through, at one point you're going to get lots of twists and kinks in this end of the rope. So what I would suggest is that take a bight of the rope, feed that through, and then pull the rest of the cord through. Okay, that will keep the rope nice and twisted, and it won't all twist up and make horrible twists and lumps in the rope. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do next, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so that is the end product. Now there's the join there. So what I've done is put the standing ends, which was here, and the working ends have come around, and I've just stitched them together. Yeah, it's not too bad. Quite happy with the dark green. I think it would be better than the light green, but hopefully now that will keep nicely together if I wanted to wash it and then put it back on. So yeah, it was just over 4 meters of cord, 4 meters, 30 centimeters, that sort of thing. Once I tied it up, it pretty much joined at the end. Once I pulled it a bit tighter to this sort of looseness, I had this much left over, which is about 1/2 meter each. So yeah, just under 4 meters I needed in the end, but obviously you need that extra bit to tie. Okay, so I'm just going to pause the video here and give you a bit more details. So I was editing this video today and realised I didn't really give enough detail on this. Like I say, I couldn't find it online, but it's not too tricky to knock one of these up by yourself. So these are 1 centimeter apart for this version. You can make it bigger, obviously, or you can make it smaller. That's up to you to scale up. It only goes up to 15, this one, but you can obviously go further. There's 12 lines down the side. It shows you there how many bights and leads there are. Okay, so for this one, I've got a needle case here. I'll just demonstrate how it will work. So if I wrap it up, and you could see that I would need, if I roll it carefully, you could do 9 bights, and then it's up to you how long you wanted it. If I wanted to cover the whole thing, I could do 21 leads. Obviously, if I wanted to do it shorter, I could stop there. So I could wrap this around something, maybe like a cardboard tube, something like foam or whatever, rope, whatever you want to tie around. Use pins if you wanted to mark it off. Like I say, I used these cutouts because I find that easier to use this multiple times. But yeah, that's the idea of one of these. You can obviously make this longer. So if I use this coffee flask, for example, if I want to do a Turk's head that was just below the lip to just below the bottom, just this wouldn't quite fit round it. I could make it up if I wanted to, knowing that this is the 15th one here, but realistically I just draw a bigger one and fill in the gaps. So yeah, that's the idea of this, and I'll get back to the last of the video. Okay, so that's the coffee cozy all made. Stop my hands from being burnt from the thin cup. Yeah, so that was a 11 bight 12 part Turk's head. Used macrame cord, 3mm macrame cord, and 3 lengths, just over 4 meters each. Yeah. Well, I hope you find this video useful, and thanks for watching.